Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Darvanalee Designs Studio. For those that don't know, my name's Nicole Reed, and today we are here for some crafty productivity sprints, and where we're going to get some stuff done. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and also hit that like button as well, and maybe share this across the social with your friends and get more people to come and join the party or the crafty party. All right, so today I'm going to actually work on my virus shawl. So I'm going to do a little bit of crochet today. I realized I made a mistake, so I had to take out a whole row, which I love crochet because it's quick and you can get it all back in again pretty quickly. I have my audio book keyed up. Now I'm tossing up between reading The Witching Hour, which I'm already into the story, or maybe listening to a new release that has yet to be released. It's coming out in September. So an advanced reader copy. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Or maybe even, no, I'm going to read The Secret Garden this afternoon because I'm going to sit down with that book and I'm just going to relax this afternoon and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, but that's what I'm going to do today. I'm a little bit indecisive today. It took me all morning to figure out what I was going to work on, and in the end I went, you know what, I'm just going to do some crochet. Last time I showed you this, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do to put all my needles in and all my hooks and stuff in, and I found this as I was rummaging through looking for my pencils and markers and everything for last week, and I thought, you know what, that'll all fit in there. So everything is in there now, so it's not floating around everywhere. So I can just transfer this from bag to bag. It's got my little, markers, and it's got extra hooks and all that sort of stuff in it. So yeah. Now I was going to do a little bit on a quilt today, but I just wasn't feeling it. I actually didn't sleep very well last night, and yeah. But anyway, that's neither here. That's standard issue for me by now. I think everybody here knows it. And I have the hiccups this morning for some reason. They won't go away. I've had them for 2 hours. I have tried everything to get rid of them, and they're just not going away. So we're going to spend a few hours together. The plan is to do 45-minute sprints and then chat for 15, 20 minutes and then go back to a sprint, get as much as we can get done. I'm going to be extremely tired after this because crochet makes me really tired, and I've put it down to just the repetitiveness of the movements and all that sort of stuff. It gets you into that like Zen moment where you just everything on your farm calms down. I have my Kindle here with the pattern on it as well. So yeah, I'm going to do 45 minutes because I find if I do any more than 45 minutes at a time, I start to get sleepy, and the last thing you need is for me to be sleeping through the sprints, right? All right, how is everybody today? Let me know what you're working on. Let me know if you're reading, whether you're doing both, whether you're just crafting. Do all the things in the comments and all that sort of stuff. All right, let's have a look and see who is joining us today. Don't forget, if you are lurking in the background, this is a subscriber. You need to subscribe to comment, basically. But I do appreciate it. Even if you don't subscribe and you're watching, I do appreciate you being here. And hopefully you'll feel comfortable enough to subscribe to my channel and then join in the conversation and have some fun as well. And of course, Saluna is here. Let me just get it. Is it going to come up? Are we going to show? It's being weird. It's not showing the comments. I don't know if you can see that or not. All right, let me just have a look and see what is going on here. Why is it not showing the comments? Let me just have a look and see if it shows a banner. Nope. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let me just see, because I do have this going. Okay, now I'm just moving along Hey, I don't know what happened then. It threw me out. What's going on? All right. Maybe that's why it threw me out. Anyway, I do apologize for that. Oh, third party streaming things. Anyway, Saluna is here. Good morning, Saluna. How are you? Thank you for joining. I am going to have a fantastic day. Oh, I have a wrench. Yes, surprise. Jess is also here as well. I think it got up to the point where I was trying to click on comments and it booted me out. So that's probably why the comments weren't popping up for me and all that sort of stuff, because it was in the process of kicking me out. I've been slow reading morning, have about 70 pages left in bewilderment. Nice. Good morning to Christina. How are you? Everybody's saying hello. Don't forget to hydrate and like the hug button. And hello, Amberly. Thank you for joining. Tennille is also here as well. Good morning, Jamie. How are you? Everybody's saying hello. Going to start with reading and then hoping to crochet a bit when I switch to audio only. Nice. Yay, virus straws are so fun to make. Yeah, they're great if you actually do the right stitches in the right places. And I just looked and I'm like, oh no, I'm going to have to go back even further. But I'm thinking, because you can see here, I put it in the wrong spot. So I have to pull all of that out and start again for that row because I buggered it up. You know, it's fun and games until you get it wrong, right? So hopefully it comes apart pretty easy and I haven't split any of the yarn. It doesn't look like I have, but yeah, I was just looking at it before and going, oh no, it's in the wrong place. So 2 rows have to be pulled out, which that's okay. I can deal with that. It doesn't take long to put it back in, right? So yeah, anyway, good morning to Jess. I'm doing okay, back on endones, even though I hate it. It's really helping with the pain. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it, because that was a little bit scary yesterday for you, that the pain was getting worse. So I'm sorry that that was happening. All right. Okay. I have got back to where I need to be. All right. That's all pulled out. That's not too much. Take a breath and it's okay. It's okay to rip out. I'm either going to knit on my sweater or start a new spin. Not sure yet. Nice. Actually, no. It is going to be, let me just have a look. I can't remember the name of it now. I've been reading the Village at War series, and it's basically focusing on the women of World War II. So what happened and what they did and what jobs they fulfilled and all that sort of stuff. So, and there's been a little bit of mystery in each one. So, the first one, there was, it was talking about the immigrants that came from Poland. And basically one of the women had a baby and she put it on the constable's front door. And then Annie tried to find out who the baby was up to, like belonged to and all that sort of stuff. And then the second one was about a female character that was a Spitfire pilot. She was a stunt pilot before the war, and then she was test piloting a plane, and yeah, she had to do a rescue mission and all that sort of stuff. And then the third one was about a wartime vet. That was what it was called. So the second one was called Spitfire Girl. The first one was called Ration Baby, Ration Book Baby. And it focused on the ration books and how important they were and all that sort of stuff in the first one. That's why it was called that. The second one was Spitfire Girl, and the second one was Wartime Vet. And so in each one, we're introduced to like characters that were very pivotal part of the Second World War movement. And that was females being taken out of the cities and put onto the land to cover the jobs that the men would have done. And so, yeah, so the next one is set around Christmas, and it is about the land girls. And yeah, and it's been really good because it's just been progressively going on, and it's written by 2 authors. I can't think of their actual names, but the author of these books is Ellie Cruzon. But the one you're talking about is another series that I've read all of them. And it's called the Ghosted series, and it's really good as well. So I do have both of those to read, but I'm pretty sure that what was it called? The A Wish for the Land Girls, I think it's called, comes out on the 3rd of September. So I need to sort of get that read sooner rather than later. Let me see if it's in here. Wartime Wishes for the Land Girls, it's called, and it is by Ellie Cruzon. So yeah, so I'm thinking, and it only goes for a few hours. So it's not an audiobook; it is actually a ebook, but I might run it through Speechify and just listen to it on here. So we'll see how we go. See what happens. Hello, Chris. How are you? Thank you for being here. I think I'm going to work on another Granny Square charity blanket. I'm finishing up my arc from last night during our first sprint. I got 8 new NetGalley arcs, so I need to finish a few more. Oh, I haven't got any new ones. I just checked before, but I did just request one. I doubt whether I'll get it because they want like 70%. And I'm only at 59, so maybe by the time I look at it, I might be at that. So yeah, hope you're doing well. To Christina, I have a bright purple Velcro pencil case with pockets to keep each of my hooks in and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I didn't want to buy another thing to go with it when I've got stuff like this. I knew I had this somewhere, but I just couldn't think where it was, and it had fallen down behind a heap of pencils and stuff. So, I mean, I could very well make a hook roll and all that sort of stuff, but just because I say it doesn't mean I want to. I'm glad that the endo and selfing solution, hopefully when your body calms down a bit, you can switch to something else with fewer side effects. So true. So true. So we rarely see you with your hair down. It looks so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, it's my head's been feeling a bit sore from having it up. So yesterday I straightened it, and because I washed it yesterday, and when I washed my hair, it goes and I looked in the mirror before I got on sprints yesterday afternoon, and I'm like, what? We need to tame that beast a little bit. And that's so I straightened it last night and yes afternoon, and yeah, so it's a lot better, but thank you very much. It'll probably be down for a couple of days. It just annoys me, and then I've got very thick hair, so it gets very hot very quickly. And then it sort of gets in my face, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Lynn Knits here. Hello. First time here. I'm doing the toe of a colorwork sock. Nice. Very nice. And welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining. No, you can't. Yep. Selena, welcome. Loving to have you here. Yeah, I know. I'm back. StreamYard threw me out for some reason. I don't know what the heck was going on there. Saw Selena's comment on the screen, and now you're gone. The sprint has begun of me disappearing. Definitely, it was a StreamYard thing. Also, love Nicole. Love Nicole's head down to Neil. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello to Selena. Welcome to Lynn. You'll have a great time here. Nicole was like, no comments. Fine. Oh, Rosie, no video. Nothing like doubling down, right? It's working. I know. We've had, I don't know why. It seems to be that when I do my craft sprints, it's like, no, you can't do that. No, not happening. I was at a Knit City, Calgary the past weekend. It was so much fun. Oh, that does sound fun. Where was it exactly? Barb is asking. And yeah, there you go. Like another fellow Canadian. Look at this. All the Canadians are rocking in. Hello to Jean. I need to make a plan for the day in the first sprint, and then I might color or do some uni, as I'm feeling pretty good at the moment, pain-wise. Awesome. That is good news that you're feeling good. I'm in Calgary, and everybody's saying hello and welcome to Lynn. I just finished the latest Ghost Busters, and I will get back to Quicksilver. Only 13 hours left. Nice. Tennille's in Nova Scotia. Lynn is in Alberta. Got friends everywhere. That's so good. I also have a crochet emotional support chicken I need to start working on. It's like, did I read that right? Yeah, I did. I might do a bit of that today too. Ripping back my edge on my donation blanket. Looks like it's the time for the rip out. Hey, we're all doing it. So we have 3 provinces from Canada today. So we have Calgary, Alberta, and Nova Scotia. Awesome. All representing Canada. That is awesome. I love all our friends. I live in Calgary. Where was it located in the city? Sorry, Barb. It was at the convention center. Okay, cool. So you might know exactly where that is. I love it when Tennille is in Nova Scotia, and I love it when everybody talks. In the comments, I nearly passed out from the pain yesterday. We have learnt that the quiet I am, the more pain I'm actually in, and I start to get white and shaky and fall asleep. Ooh, the things you learn about yourself. There we go. That's where Tennille is. Awesome, awesome. The tricky thing about the virus shawl is that that it's a 4-row pattern repeat. Yes, and I missed row 2. So I pulled that out this morning. I noticed that I missed row 2 and I'd only got like 2 scallops, and I'm like, oh bugger. So I pulled that out, and then I just realized that my at the top was off center a bit. I had miscounted. So everything is okay now. So yeah. Because I'm looking at it, I'm looking at the shawl, and I'm looking at the pattern, and I'm looking at the shawl, and I'm like, oh, damn it, I missed a row. And I think that was because I was actually talking to Savannah at the time, and I said to her, I think I missed a row, and I must have kept going, and instead of counting, because we were talking. Currently making supper, and on row 6 of a 20, on a color 5 of 7, I almost see the end. We'll be listening to A Little Fires Everywhere while working today. I love that show. That show was pretty good. That sounds pretty normal, Selena, but also awful, like going into shock. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, the pain needs to just go away. It just needs to go. My family motto is, if it's not right, rip it out. Yeah, still, you don't like doing it. Yeah, that's what I said, that my body goes into shock like state when I'm in pain. I actually throw up from extreme pain and can't stop throwing up, and then I get dehydrated. Then they have to put me on a drip, and then I continue to throw up because it's fun and games. Yeah. Yes, I have. I've read nearly all of her stuff, I think, except her latest. I like them. The first one I read, I actually did a video over on Dusty Book Sniffers called Meet the Author, where I read Kate Morton for the first time. So yeah, I like her books. I've had that too, Selena, quite often when I was younger, but less so now. It's awful. I hope you get a break from it soon. And I've got to read it now. Christmas book. Nice. Awesome. Another Canadian, Ontario. Yes, so the Canadians are being represented here today on NetGalley. Can't wait to get it out of here and try some recipes to review it. Nice. My Knit and Crochet Club really like the emotional support chickens on display during the yarn crawl in our state earlier this month. So we're all making them. That's fair enough. Fair enough. I thought I was reading it wrong there for a minute. I'm like, maybe I'm tired of that, more tired than I thought. I love emotional support chickens. They're all so cute. I finished spinning some yarn for one today. Nice. All right, we have got to the end of the comments. I have ripped out the bits that I need to put back in, and yeah. So hopefully I won't bugger it up this time and all the rest of it. All right, we're going to bring up the timer. Let me just grab that, because when it kicks me out, it also shut everything down that I had going. So let me just share that, and that will change to this one. Okay, so basically, for those that have not been here before, it's so funny because I'm in the States, but north of most of the Canadians. I think Calgary peeps beat me though. There you go. So basically what's going to happen for those who haven't been here before, I'm going to tilt the camera down so you'll be able to see what I'm doing. The timer's going to go. We're going to mute the mics. We're going to go quiet. We're going to hyper focus on our crafts or our books. And then we'll come back in 45 minutes when the timer stops counting down. And then we'll come back and see how everybody went. We can share what we've done and all the things and have a little bit more of a chit chat. If you've got any questions, you can drop them into the comments as well. And all the things. I think that's the one that I haven't read, Jane. So yeah, I don't have it on my shelf. So yeah, but I like her. I actually like her style of writing and all that sort of stuff. The first one that I read was called Shifting Fog, and it was very Downton Abbey-esque. And it had a mystery and all that sort of stuff. Really, really good. All right, I'm going to move the camera down, and then I'm going to start the timer. As I said, the mic will be muted, and we'll be back in 45 minutes for another chatty bit. All right, we're back. Okay, so I fixed it all. It looks a lot better now. It's where it's supposed to be. But oh man, I was just like having so much trouble counting then. And you probably see me pull it out a couple of times because I kept miscounting. And it's where the stitcher 4, like where you've got the chains and all that sort of stuff in the pattern. So yeah, I have it now. I've got it all sorted. And yeah, and I changed hooks too. So I'm using a clover hook and I'm finding it a little bit more comfortable. I mean, I can do it with these, but my hand gets a little bit fatigued with these ones. So this one is actually working better for me. So, and so it should, because it was expensive enough. So yeah, but now that I've got the counting right, I'll be good. I can now get on with putting all this yarn that I had to pull out back in again. So how did we go during the sprint? Did you get a lot done? Now, let me just see where we are. I think we're here. Jean was saying that she really likes Kate Morton as well. I am North 45th parallel. Where are you? This is where we're trying to work out our geography and all the rest of it that's happening. Good morning, Tanya. How are you? Thank you for joining. We also have Atia here as well. What are you working on today? Let me know in the comments. Are you at Point Roberts? I should have asked the rules when a sprint is happening. Do we refrain from sending messages? No. You can talk as much as you want. It gives us something to talk about when we come back. Lynn, yeah, so basically you can send messages, you can talk amongst yourselves and all that sort of stuff. So the whole idea of these crafty sprints, I've taken it from BookTube. So we all read together over on BookTube, which I have a channel called Dusty Book Sniffers. And I talk about books over there. And occasionally we talk about crafts and stuff, but we mostly talk about books over there. And here it is the craft channel. So there is a lot of us that are crafty readers. So I thought, you know what, I might do some crafty sprints because I wasn't getting a lot of stuff done on my works in progress. So I thought, you know what, even if it's just once a week, I come in, we spend a few hours together. And as you've seen, the mics went quiet. And in that time, we hyper-focus on our projects because I found when I was going to live stream on craft channels, you'd end up talking a lot in the comments and you'd get nothing done. So I thought this way we can talk, get some stuff done. You can still talk in the comments if you want to, but I just go quiet and I get some stuff done. So yeah, so that's sort of how it works. So yeah, and I probably should have said that. You can talk amongst yourselves and yeah, but when we come back we generally say how we went, what we got achieved, all that sort of stuff, so we get that sense of achievement and everybody else gets motivated to do stuff as well. So yeah, so I hope that explains it a little bit better for you. And as you can see, Jess is actually reading today and not doing any craft. Jess normally does knitting and got to 234 of 278. Nice. I much prefer clover hooks too. Yeah, I think like this is just probably a little bit too thin. Like it works perfectly fine. So in a pinch, I could use it. And I have done a lot of crochet with these hooks in the past and all that sort of stuff. And the majority of this has been done with that hook. But I wanted to try the clover hooks because I've heard good things about them. And I want to try a couple other ones that I've got as well. I also got a pack where they're a little bit thicker, like more rounded, as opposed to squared off like these ones. But I'm liking the feel of this one, and I've used these ones as well. Yeah, so, but I'll keep these other ones because, I mean, they come in handy. I've got a little pack of them, and they've got right down to the, to like, I think a 0.5. So you can do like doilies and stuff like that. So, yeah. All right. So Christina had some supper. Nice. What you have for dinner? Well, got nothing done. I'll be emerged from the office for the evening. So we've been chatting. That happens. that happens to me quite a bit. My partner will ring me and all that sort of stuff, and then I end up spending a whole sprint chatting with him, or the phone will ring off the hook. Like yesterday, I tried to get on sprints with Brittany, like not actually on screen, but in the comments, and the phone kept ringing. I was out. It was all happening. I'm also north of Parallel in Michigan. Over there, we talk about books and some crafts. Over here, we talk about crafts and some books. That's right. That's exactly right. When you get a chance, Nicole, I sent you a Voxer on Discord, and I need to. I think that's the one I've already responded to. About your news and stuff. So yeah, I got distracted making cheese sandwiches and finding the bottle opener for this week's Wednesday wine. Did pick all of my colors for the emotional support chicken and read 2 chapters on my arc. That was a very productive sprint for you, Jamie. That is awesome. Good morning, Jenny. How are you? Thanks for joining. I'll be popping in between working, but would rather be stitching. Yeah, I like Thursdays because no other work gets done on Thursdays except for my craft. It is my crafting day. And even after I finish sprints, I'll go and I'll do some sort of craft. Sometimes I'll go and read. Like this afternoon, I'm planning on reading The Secret Garden, and just reading The Secret Garden, and just relaxing and doing that. So it depends how tired I feel after this, because as I was saying earlier, crochet makes me tired, like my eyes tired, and I think it is truly because of my glasses right now. I've got glasses coming. They're another 2.5 weeks off, so I've got new glasses coming, so hopefully that will make a difference. Like I noticed that the other day my eyes were feeling really fatigued, so I put my stitching magnifiers on, which are just these ones that you get from and because the font was really small on my book, and it made such a big difference. So I'm hoping that when my glasses come in, it will make a difference to my eyes being so scratchy, and really like feeling really fatigued, which in turn is then making me feel tired, even though my brain doesn't feel tired. Does that make sense? So yeah. Chatting with a hubby is something. That's exactly right. That is still something. It's working on your relationship. So, and River has trapped me for some cuddles and naps. He's gonna get kicked off when I finish my book, but it's nice for now. So he's been very clingy. Neo's the black one, River's the shaggy one, right? But we're talking about a cat, for those that don't know. He's been very clingy in the last week. Is he okay? Are you okay? Like, have you not been feeling well? Because cats generally pick up on that. Are you okay, Jess? My favorite hooks are the Susan Bates. Okay, I've not heard of those ones. They might not be available here. I love the shape of the head with the point, so you can dig into tight stitches. Yeah, see, that's what I'm liking about. Like this one is a little bit more rounded. This one, I don't know. Yeah, this one's a little bit more pointier, and I because I'm still trying to work on, like, for those that don't know, this is the first garment that I've ever made. I've done like granny squares in the past, and I have done a blanket years ago. So I've been making these granny squares for a daisy blanket, and this is the first garment that I'm making. So I'm still trying to get my tension. And I mean, I'd rather play. I find it very boring to do little swatches, so I just rather get in and, make this shawl. And I feel like this shawl is going to be very forgiving in its tension. But I mean, for the most part, when I look at it on camera, it looks really good. When I take photos of it, it looks really good. But I wouldn't say I'm being a perfectionist, but I'm being a little bit pedantic about it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I might have to see if I can't excuse me, if I can't get some of those in Australia, but I haven't seen them. The name doesn't ring a bell either, so they might be a brand that's not available here. My migraine, the migraine I had a suspicion about all day is rearing its head, so I'll attempt some reading, probably reread since it's YA. Ooh, excuse me, a bigger text. See what I mean? Like, it makes me yawn and all the things. Like, it's so frustrating. Bacon wrapped chicken covered with cheese, avocado. Yum. Mmm. With quinoa and cheesy broccoli, both for omnivores and the herbivores. Nice. Yum, yum, yum. I'm going to watch on my TV now, so I won't be commenting, just watching. So I'll say thanks for making me feel welcome, and I'm enjoying it. I finished the toe on my sock. Nice. Well, Lynn, if you feel like popping back or anything, we'll be here for a couple more hours yet. So hopefully we can help you get a little bit further along in your sock, and you'll feel nice and accomplished after the evening's knitting. You said you were knitting, right? Yes, knitting. Chris is determined to finish this arc. I've keep being interrupted, but I just wanted to get it done and over with. Yeah, I felt like that about a book not too long ago. My hands are way different for crochet, so I really like the Susan Bates hooks with the sharper angles. Okay. I hold my yarn kind of upside down than most people do. I didn't get a notification, probably because I started responding directly after you sent it. So yeah, it's all good. Silly phone. Must have hit the meds too. Could you imagine? Woo, that'd be some wild ride. 45th parallel is halfway from the equator to the North Pole, hence why it's cold here. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I thought that may have been what you were talking about, but I wasn't 100% sure. And, you know, if you're not sure, just don't open your mouth, is my philosophy. Do you get eye issues with your thyroid? I'm kind of dealing with that now, and it's kind of tired, scratchy, and achy. Yeah, my eyes have, since my thyroid went, my eyes have got, because I never used to wear glasses. And I can see right off into the distance without a problem. And, you know, like, as I said to the optometrist, if I sat my phone over there, I'd be able to probably read it if, you know, if I enlarged it and whatnot. So my distance is not the problem. It's my close-up stuff. And I find that because I do a lot of close-up work with embroidery and cross stitch, and I work on the higher counts. So like the highest count that I've worked on thus far, and I use my 3.5 times magnification for that, basically is 46 count. So the holes are really, really tiny. So my eyes already get tired anyway. But the glasses that they give me are really good. I have never had as much problems with my eyes as I've had with like itchy, dryness, all that sort of stuff, whole body. Like I already have dry skin anyway, but throw in the thyroid stuff, and they've actually, I'm taking medication for my thyroid, which is just starting to kick in. They've given me a higher dose of it, so because yeah, it's just not working altogether. And for a lot of years, my thyroid kept, because they haven't removed it, it's still there, but my thyroid kept kicking in. So that for a lot of years, we think we've hit that it's just not kicking back in now, because I've had to up my medication. And so basically what was happening is my thyroid would not work. So I'd have really bad blood figures for my bloods and all that sort of stuff. They'd give me medication. Then I'd go, and then I'd be on that. And then 6 months later, they'd leave me on it for 6 months. 6 months later, I'd go back. And then I'd have too much of the hormone in my system. So they'd have to take that off, which causes heart palpitations, hair falling out, all that sort of stuff. And so then they'd have to reduce the medication down again. So we've done this since I was 36 years old. And it's only been now that probably in the last year that I feel like it's stabilized. And I'm 53, about to turn 54. So that's a long time to be stuffing around with medication. And I actually said, I'm like, can't you just take the thing out? But because there's actually nothing wrong with my thyroid except it's not producing the hormone, and that can be given to me orally, they are reluctant to remove it out. So, which is fine. I'm happy for it to stay that way and stay in now that they've normalized it. But I tell you, it has been a roller coaster ride. And I am not textbook. I run better on higher doses. So every time I get a new doctor at the doctor's, I'm like, no, you aren't playing with it. Well, let's just leave it and let's see how I'm going. And everything else in my body normalizes that controls, and then they calm down. And that, so yeah, but it's frustrating. My eyes always get sore and stuff. And I didn't sleep well last night either. That doesn't help. Yeah, it's been very clingy. Unsure on both questions. Yeah, like it's, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just snuggle time. Next sprint, I'm going to be playing a cozy game with my Switch because a witchy life story has just chilled and switched off my mind. Nice. He seems fine. I'm fine. But who knows? I know. He's just been super clingy. Like, I have not seen that cat ever, I don't think, in your sprints and all the rest of it. And then all of a sudden, he's everywhere. No, maybe he just wants to be part of the limelight. Hope you feel better soon. I do too. My cats go through phases where they are unusually snuggly. Last week, it was my standoffish dude, Julian, all of a sudden wanting lots of bedtime snuggles. Katarina turns into a lap cat every so often. It's fair enough. Hope you're feeling better soon. Migraines are the worst. Actually, both the boys have been really clingy talking about it. Well, there you go. Interesting. Thank you. And the kitties are usually always on to do something. Thyroid affects everything, literally the whole body. Yeah, and like horrible. Yeah, my husband, because I have an uncanny knack of being able to push myself really bad, like to the point of exhaustion. And my husband didn't realize how hard it was for me to get out of bed every morning. And a lot of people don't realize that I actually have a thyroid condition. And so, yeah, I just push through. I got shit to get done. I just push through, and sometimes to my detriment. But I also, if I'm tired, I go and have a rest. If I'm not feeling right, I go and see the doctor. Like I'm not silly about it or anything like that, where to the point, I hurt myself or anything like that. But I've just got stuff to do. And when you had little kids and it's all happening, you don't have the luxury of sitting down. Little people need to be looked after and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Yeah, well, at the moment, it seems like it's stabilized. And I'm hoping, like, all the stuff that I've gone through with the thyroid, I've got to menopause and had no symptoms. So, except I want to kill the world. But, hey, that's just probably me on a monthly cycle anyway. But, so I didn't get hot flushes. The only thing I did have, my cholesterol went up, which is quite normal for menopausal women for the cholesterol to go up, and that's sort of normalized now. Still working on it, adding exercise in and all that sort of stuff. But I used to get headaches all the time. I used to get migraine headaches all the time and all that sort of stuff. And I hit menopause and it all went away. So from 15 I was when I got my monthly, basically every month, 3 times a month, I would have really bad headaches. So much so that my husband actually thought that there was something sinister going on. And so, but there's not. It was just all hormonal. He didn't realize how fluctuating my hormones are. And the only thing that lessened it was being on birth control. And so I was on the pill for a lot of years, up until I think 32. And then I went off it. And then I went back on it again because everything started going haywire. And then when I hit 36, 37, my thyroid just went, yeah, I'm not working anymore. But it is actually in my family, all the women have had thyroid problems, whether they've sped up or slowed down. It is actually seems to be a family trait. My grandmother had to get hers removed when she was 17 because it almost killed her. So it sped up that fast that they actually had to take it out. And so, yeah, there's that. Hello, Coda. How are you? Witchy Life Story is fun. I'll have to look this up. Also want to get back into witchy games. Nice. Warcry is happening. Hello, Coda. For me, it's been since 33 with thyroid, and I'm 43. The doctors say it should be better after menopause. So here I'm hoping for menopause a decade early. I've probably had a little bit of depression, I guess, through but that is also a thyroid thing too, so it can trigger severe depression in people as well. I've only just started it. It's been a good distraction, and my cats also get really jealous when I read print books. All of a sudden they all want constant attention. I must admit, Brimstone does that to me. As soon as I pick up a book, it starts chewing on it. I'm like, excuse me, get away from my book. Witchy games? Yes. Which games? Jess has cats. Where do you get your Silver Valley? Okay. That's a question for you, Jamie. Cats, maybe some reflections and check in with yourself. And maybe there's something happening in your subconscious. This is very true. Cats pick up on all this stuff. I've landed in hospital with thyroid issues. Some doctors don't take it seriously enough. No. So do I. I wouldn't go that far. When you live in a family of ADHD and Savannah's probably slightly autistic, but they run at 1,000,000 miles an hour, you have to keep up. And like I put up a post on my Facebook, and that was the moment that my husband got how serious it was. And he actually sent me a message. He goes, I didn't realize that's how you felt. I said, well, there's no point in bitching about it. I've just got to get on with it. I've got businesses to run and all that sort of stuff. It's not always good to do that. I'll just put that preface there. Like, it's not good to do it. You can really do yourself a mischief if you go too hard. You've got to know what your limitations are, and you've got to know and listen to your body. If it says rest, you rest. Otherwise, it's it's a wild ride. We have them at Hobby Lobby here in Joann's, and Amazon have them as well. Okay, cool. Possibly. I started somatic yoga thing yesterday. Maybe I've nudged something loose. Possibly. Glad to hear you're feeling better. Menopause is the devil. I'm still going through it. I was dreading menopause because I thought, like, Christ, I've had these headaches since I was 15 and all that sort of stuff. And then I'm like, I cannot deal with having worse headaches because everybody kept saying, oh, it'll get worse. Even the doctor said, oh, it's probably going to get worse in menopause. I'm like, thanks for the great news. I just looked at her and just went, you're a bitch. Like, in my head. But it would have said, and I'm just like, that's thanks. But then I got here, and then I think my doctor was disappointed that I didn't have any symptoms because we're both the same age. I think there's 2 years between us. And she's like, oh, and how are you going with all the symptoms? I'm like, I've had none. And she's like, excuse me? And I'm like, I've had none. She goes, hot flushes? Nope. Headaches? Gone. Muscle aches and pains? Nope. But she's like, and then she's taken my bloods and she goes, oh, well, your cholesterol's up. I'm like, oh, I've got something then. There you go. So, yeah, I was really happy. And I know that I'm very blessed because I know that some women go through hell. Like, it's a living hell. I mean, I was a bit cranky, and I pretty much have, like, at the worst of the symptoms, I've just read my way through them. And that's what I said to my husband yesterday. I just stick my nose in a book. If I've got my nose in a book, leave me alone. Don't poke it. Don't come in and harass me. Just leave me alone. And if I'm in a book for 3 weeks, like different books for 3 weeks, just leave me alone. That way your face will stay intact. And you won't feel like you've been violated because I've just ripped you a new one. And everybody's happy. It's annoying because so many doctors are not trained in nutrition. If they were, they'd be able to be able to be patients better. Most patients don't know that saturated fats rise cholesterol, for example. That's one of the things the doctors actually spoke about. I missed something. Think of me as another daughter that you never wanted. Why would I think that? I'm happy to bring all the peeps in. Anybody that needs a mum, I'm happy to be a mum. And that for anybody, it's all good. That's what the doctors actually spoke to me about. Apparently, with my new condition, it can be dangerous for me to use the contraception pill and birth controls. Yeah. They were talking about Mirena and coils, which give me anxiety because, so I probably won't be doing that. I guess I'll have to tone down the slut in me. Oh, dear me. That's so funny, Selena. My cat will lay down on our books. Nice. Didn't do anything other than listen to a book. Awesome. On US Amazon site, they have 6-hook Suzanne Bates. Set F to K for about $8. Walmart also carries them. I'm visiting with the neighbors, having a glass of wine, maybe 2, but not 2 bottles. Yeah, okay. Just 2, because you got to be on sprints tomorrow, remember? I finally listened to your very drunk Voxer. So funny. Get the camera out, and he's out. I can't use the pill because I'm too old. According to them, it's dangerous. I'm only 54, so I turn 54 next week on Tuesday. When did that become old? I don't see how that would be, because my doctor actually said to me that I could go back on it if I was like all over the place and all that sort of stuff. It's just a form of hormone replacement. So I don't know. To be honest, I don't think a lot of doctors are educated in the complexities of the woman's body. To be honest, I think they are. Who, me? One was you just saying, Selena. And the other one was, hi, lots of chatter repeatedly. Make sure you comb your hair over your horns, Coda. I need another doctor's opinion then. Yeah, keep going to doctors until you, like, hormone replacement therapy is good in some cases. It is really good. And there has been a lot more studies done on it. But unfortunately, a lot of people get stuck on those first couple of studies where they said that it was bad and it did this and it did that. And so there has been millions of women that have suffered unnecessarily. Now, I'm not a doctor. Go and see your doctors and all that sort of stuff. But there is actually studies now that prove that to be, there's a difference of opinion in the studies and all that sort of stuff. Do your research, talk to your doctor, get stuff sorted. So yeah. Are we going to make Monday or Wednesday? I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking that I was going to do some on Tuesday, but I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it. I'll let you know. Have been going through the Big M for 8 years. Happy Hormones has been my best friend in coping. Had put off HRT until 6 months ago. Oh my goodness, my savior. Yeah, there is there's so much stuff, information out there now. So yeah, I think that maybe my hormones may just level themselves out when I get there, which is like tomorrow or something. I mean, we could make them both birthday sprints. Yeah, we could. That most definitely. I know. I'll have to think about it. See how we go. And that I may end up popping on camera and all that sort of stuff. 3 days of birthday sprints. Day. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Oh my god, I don't think I'd cope. And Thursday, Friday. But anyway, all right, we have got to the end of the comments. 3 days of birthday. Fun. Tired. All right, let's put the camera down and get to another sprint. And I will see you all in 45 minutes.
All right, we are back. Oh, just need to clean my glasses because I just stuck my thumb on it. I've just started changing colour, so we've gone to a very like a sort of greyish colour in the yarn, so it's looking good. I'm pretty happy with it. As I said earlier, this is the first garment that I've ever made. It is going a lot better now that I've got my counting sorted out. So yeah, I'm on the last round for this row. So yeah, so it's 4 rounds per row. But it's looking like the picture. That's all that matters, right? It's coming together. That's all I care about right now. All right, let's have a look and see how everybody else went. I have a hair stuck in my glasses. It's right across the top of my glasses. It's just driving me mental. All right. Hey, that's better. There's no hair going across there. All right, let's have a look and see how everybody else went. We were talking about 3 days of birthday. Fun. Let's just do a whole week. Well, I definitely will be doing because I'll be on Monday, which is the 26th. I don't normally sprint on a Tuesday. Then there's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I think wrap up is next Saturday, is it? For Pickpongathon? Yeah, so I'll be on Crystal's channel for wrap up the following. No, I actually won't be because I won't even be here. I'll be down at Savannah's place. That's if I go. If not, I'll be on screen. So yeah, I already have a huge week. I suppose I could chuck another day in. A whole week sounds fun. So much time together. The Herberman Labs channel did a really good informative episodes on perimenopause and menopause fairly recently. I can pop the link in the Discord chat if anybody's interested. That'd be great if you could do that. Jamie, that'd be absolutely fabulous. Just drop it in the crafty section because at least then the crafty people will know what that's about. It was such a quick 45. I looked and it was like it was I think it was at 30, and then the next time I looked up, it was like the ticker went off in my ear, and I'm like, God, where did that time go? So yeah, chore sprint that time, and not much reading done. That's fair enough. Well, we made it to the couch, and I managed to make a coffee and have lunch before River promptly overtook my lap, where he is fast asleep, and got to page 253 of 278. You should finish it in the next sprint. I decided to listen to my audiobook as I work on Read Your Library TBR. Got to 90% in Lee and the Invisible Island. Nice. I love it when cats sleep on me. I feel so honoured. Coda, every time he turns the TV on, the cats jump in his lap and then he goes to sleep. They're like a little snuggle toy, I guess. I finished a row and got to chapter 3 and may have closed my eyes for a wee bit. Not sure why crocheting is relaxing me this much lately. Maybe it's it was just I ate thing too. Oh, excuse me. Just had a bit of a dry tickle then. And you're hosting for Neva. So yeah, so I'll be I've done no Patreon sprints this month because I've just been trying to fit everything in. Talk about overcommit. Yeah, so this Saturday I'm also on as well. So I'm on today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday off. And then I'm back on Monday. It's a lot of sprinting. Did you just say that? Yes, I am doing Neva's as well. So Neva's is this Saturday. So yeah, I was planning on going down to spend the weekend with Savannah, but
I don't know. I'll see how I feel on Friday. Oh, and then I don't know if I'll be on Friday because my car is supposed to be getting used over on the coast and I have to drive it over. So I don't know what's going on there. I will let everybody know what's going on at some stage this week. All that. Knit 5 Rose in the Sweater. I'm nearly finished with the raglan increases. Almost time to split the sleeves. Nice. 91% into the book. Yay! We finished it tonight. I'm glad about it. It's a 3 out of 5 star, sorry. Which means I'll probably make it. It'll probably make it to the book list. It's usually the way, though, isn't it, Chris? Like the ones that we rate really low end up on the list. A skunk has sprayed outside my window again. Ew. Oh no, to Neil. That is just wrong. And so, do you have that happen a lot? Like, that's disgusting. I don't know what the smell's like, but from what I can tell and what you've all said, it's pretty disgusting. So yeah, ew. It's the 4th time. Oh my goodness, today or this week or something. That's terrible. I haven't done any more. I've still got 2 more of my little flowers to do for the blanket, but they're blocking up nicely. I've got to weave, obviously, all the bits and pieces in, but yeah. And then the same creator as this, which I cannot remember her name right now, but the same creator of that, I went and looked on their Etsy store, and there's so many good patterns on there that I want to try. And she also does knit patterns as well, so I was pretty excited about that. And yesterday I got approved for a crafty book yesterday, which was 2 needles, many knits, and apparently this is really good for beginners. It's get to know your yarn, expand your knitting know-how, and projects in it as well. It's easy. It's the ultimate all-in-one guide to knitting for beginners. We shall see, because I have to review it, so see if I like it or not and whatnot. One time was in the middle of the night, and the stench literally woke me up. That is disgusting. Ew. There must be one living nearby. I have been told that certain green smoking herbs smells like skunks. Not sure if that helps. Certain green herbs. So I'm assuming you're talking about wacky weed. Who is the author of that knitting book? The author is Quaylen Stark. So Quayln, so Quaylen Stark. Stark is the author. My son started learning to crochet today. Nice. This is definitely a skunk. Emily's saying, sorry to Neil, we had some skunk going on this morning too. Took hours to clear it out. But the neighbor does smoke certain herbs and I'm allergic, so I have to be careful. Or my tonsils will swell. Interesting, considering that it's used as an anti-inflammatory. Like, that's really interesting that it has the reverse effect on you, Tennille. Very interesting indeed. All right, we have got to the end of the comments, so that means we are going to go to another sprint, which means I'm going to get more of my little shawl done. So all the crocheters out there, is it looking good or what? I think it's looking good. That's a little bit wonky. My tension has got a lot better. I have noticed in the last 2 rows, probably halfway through the second to last row, my tension has got a lot better, which I will take a close-up picture and put it in the Discord when I'm done and all the things. And yeah, so, but I've got my counting right. It's all in the right place. I'm a little bit wonky in some places, but I think as a shawl, it's not going to make like I don't think it's going to be that noticeable because it's a shawl. It's going to be wrapped around me and you're not going to really see it. And that I don't really wear shawls. So someone may end up getting this gifted to them, but yeah, so I'm just trying to get my feel, because I just get bored with doing like little swatches to get the tension right, and then I'll go and make something and the tension's not the same as what the swatch was anyway. So I'm like, I might as well just make the garment and hope for the best. And as I get more like when I guess when I find my perfect crochet hook, the tension will become what it is basically. Jeans, I can tell the difference to Tennille, and we have dogs. One is a little black and white and seems to think other critters like that are friends. They are not. It looks great. Thank you very much. It looks great. Thanks, Jess. I appreciate it. Not a crochet, but it looks great. There's ways to wrap shawls as neck scarves too. Yeah. And this one, like I'm only going to use one of the Karen cake and then that's it. So it won't be an overly big shawl either, which is a good thing. So I've got sticky tape on me, but anyway. And depending how big they are when they're done, you could wrap it around your waist. Yeah. Flowy skirts. That's all I wear is flowy skirts. I wear full length skirts and like shirts and not too revealing sort of stuff. I dress quite modestly and whatnot. So yeah, which surprises a lot of people. You know, I don't have tattoos and I dress very modestly and all that sort of stuff. So I know that's why I said it. Yeah, cool. So do I. Yeah. I've always dressed quite modestly. It was quite funny because when I met my partner, some of the people I were with were dressed. I was wearing pretty much what I've got on now, except it was a cheesecloth because it was the middle of summer. So it was a cheesecloth top and I had a little singlet top underneath it and a really long skirt. And they were, yeah, anyway, obviously, I'm free. Run, just run. So yeah, I've always sort of dressed like this. We've had family skunks in our yard. They behave themselves though, and while they are a bit smelly when they hang out under the swamp cooler intake, they don't spray near the house so far. Well, that's good. That's a good thing. All right, let's pull the camera down, bring the little thing up, and look at that. We've only got a minute to go, so we're going to pull the camera down, and I'm just going to leave the timer there. And yeah, we'll be back in a little over 45 minutes. Happy sprinting, everybody. All right, we're back. Only just. What a schmozzle that was. I don't know what kept happening. It kept booting me out for some reason. So I had to log in on my phone and kept that open until I was sure that it was going to stay. But that's pretty much all the grey bit I got done today. So it's coming together quite nicely. My tension's got a lot better. I feel a lot more happy. Like I'm a lot happier with how it's looking. And I thought I'd put one of these little things in so it doesn't come apart. But yeah, it's coming together quite nicely. I think it's going to look amazing once it's done. But yeah, there we go. There we go. Could probably just finish it now and have it as a hair thing. But anyway, I'm going to keep going with that. But yeah, I've made sure that I've double counted everything because I made a counting error earlier. So I've caught up. I pulled out a couple of rows. So I've caught up with all of that. Put all that back in and then done some extra. So I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy with what I got done. All right. So I do apologize for the stream. It wasn't actually me. It was StreamYard's. It kicked me out. So where are we up to? I think here we go. So I just met the lady for inpatient rehab, and they have decided to accept me there when I'm ready to leave the ward. Nice. Our dog woke up in the middle of one up in the middle of winter, and it as they hibernate, it was not happy. I don't expect it would have been at all. And so it looks like I might be here for a couple more days and then move to the rehab building for a couple of weeks. So not going home anytime soon, unfortunately. But still, you're in the right place. Like, you're in the place you need to be, which is a good thing. So, yeah. And then at least they can help you and get you sorted and all that sort of stuff. It looks great, Nicole. If you don't wear shawls, you can do a row of double crochet trebles in the UK terms along the flat edge, weave a ribbon and have it as a skirt. Good idea. It's disgusting, right? So sorry, Saluna. That's her. No. Coda missed the chatty bits and something. This is where I was still in, like it shut down my camera for some reason. I went to black screen, that whole section. So I quickly typed, it kicked me out again. Chris says it's persistent, and I was not sure what the hell was going on. And Jess was saying both Nell and someone else also had been kicked out of StreamYard. So it's the program that's being a doofus. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's not mine because the camera was still going, like everything was still going, the live was still going. So I know it's not YouTube or anything like that. I just had to quickly log in. So I'll just have to make sure that I've got my phone keyed up and ready to go next time, just in case it happens again. So yeah. They are so pretty. I want to make some squares like the flower ones and then turn them into a cardigan. Well, she has a pattern for the cardigan, the same lady that did this. So I think I sent you through the link for this. So if you find her Etsy store, she has a cardigan in there. Just remember that I've used 8-ply. She's using really chunky wool in hers, and I'm not too sure what she's using in the cardigan, but she gives you instructions on how to do that as well. The inpatient rehab sucks, but it means in the long term that I may have better progress made, and I'm willing to push through it. Yeah. With all your lovely help, maybe I'll start my channel with rehab sprints. That works. Keyboard ASMR. Sorry, I didn't realize that it's doing something hinky. It's just like I pressed on that 3 times to get it to mute, and it wouldn't mute until like the last 5 minutes. So I do apologize. That was not the ending I saw coming. Hey, Chris, you might like it. Bewilderment by Richard Powers. Oh dear, Amazon customer service is an absolute pain. If they can give me the incorrect information, they will. Oh no, I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. It's just like you seem surprised. Thanks for that recommendation. I have the book, but I've never read it. Another of his books is one on the book a long list. I was lucky to get The Art from NetGalley. Go you. Some people shouldn't be doctors. No, they shouldn't. Finished your book. Awesome. We like a finished book. Very true. The stupid neurologist was just yanking my foot around while I was screaming in pain. And now she's talking to me, taking me off pain relief. Oh, that seems to be working, and putting me on something else, and said sometimes you just have to deal with the pain. What the fuck? Excuse my language, but exactly, right, Atia? What the fuck? That's horrid. I'm so sorry that just happened. You can get a second opinion, hun. You're actually entitled to get another doctor to look at you. So ask for another doctor to look at you. Yeah, just say you don't like her bedside manner. She seriously hurt you. You want us to talk to someone else. And they have to do it. There's some thing where you can get second opinions and stuff without being persecuted for it. I had that Powers Arc 2. I was partway through it last week, but now I need to finish a couple of other books and open new read-thon prompts for the count towards. I'll start that again. You're going to do some arcs that will count towards the Pick-Pongathon, right? Good book so far. Could have punched her. I would have. And I'm not a confrontational person. Go, Jamie. Punching's an excuse when you have pain. You should have kicked her with your other foot. She was there. Side the head. Great job. Yeah. Looking forward to it. It has to be less annoying than a Creation Lake. Selena, you're right. Some people shouldn't be doctors. Yeah. Especially if they're having a shitty day. Like, just go home. That book didn't quite make me cry. I'm misty-eyed, though. I gave it 5 stars. Nice. The color change is very fun. I like it too. Like, it's very subtle, like how it's going. It's just like, it's slowly. And these are the colors. Like, you can see the colors there. So we're going to get some darker stuff soon, maybe. I don't know. And then there's a darker brown that wasn't on the beginning. So there's 3 different browns. Then there's a really pale, and then it goes from a really pale brown to a pale grey, and it slowly gets darker. And then it goes to back to like a light grey, and then to the browns again. So it should look nice once it comes through. About 25% of my book and halfway through the colour. Excellent. I'm sorry, Selena. What is with neurologists? I had a one like that too. No empathy. Or bedside manner, and so arrogant. I hope you have luck with the doctors when you go to rehab center. The rehab doctors are usually a lot better. Yeah, they push you through, but they also understand that you're in pain and stuff. Like, I think rehab doctors are just, they're more personable because they're more hands-on with the patients and stuff. So, yeah. I got 3 more rows done and made dinner. Nice. Love the color, Nicole. It's coming along beautifully. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you for joining today, everybody. Your viewers will be holding, Nicole, your viewers will be holding a grudge for a while over being kicked out of StreamYards. Will show up at your home. Yeah, go right ahead. It seems like a short session of sprints today. Yeah, I've got to actually go down to the post office. It's 1 o'clock, so we've been going for almost 4 hours. So 3 sprints and yeah, and the chatty bits. We had a little bit of a longer chatty bit there in the middle as well. Got distracted watching a Poland dance video. That Russian guy Take Me to Church dance video. Got 50% into my arc. Nice. Thank you so much for hosting. Quickly becoming favorite day of the week. That's awesome. I'm glad that you enjoy it. Thanks for being here, Seluna, and I hope you get a resolution with that stupid doctor too. Remember to hit the like button as well. Yeah, it is horrible, right? I will be putting a complaint in about her, and you can ask for another doctor. I can't remember what there's. It came about because of a little kid that I think the story goes that the kid actually passed away because the doctors weren't listening to the parent, and those parents ended up getting a thing passed that is now in all hospitals in Australia, that you can ask for a second opinion if you do not like the opinion of a doctor, and you can ask for another doctor. I think it's called I'll have to look it up. I can't remember. If I can find it, Selena, I'll send it through to you. But they should have already given you a brochure. They do it here in Queensland. Like when you get admitted, they give you a brochure about it, that if you don't like a doctor's opinion or their treatment of you, you can ask for a replacement doctor, so to speak. Definitely ask for another doctor. Maybe send a complaint. Sending one in. Thanks for the sprints, Selena. Nice, all the hugs and love we can send. Trying to decide on my next audiobook and struggling. It's a dilemma when you've got lots, right? Like, yeah. We'll have to watch Can We Trust videos and finish my arc watching impromptu sprints. Oh, I am yawning already. This is seriously happening to 90% of at 92%. A man is saying he can tell the moments of the stars in the solar system by the way. Oh, really? I'm not even going to dignify that with finishing it. Time for bed. Thanks for the sprints. Thanks for being here, Tanil. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's the normal amount of time, but it just went quick. Yeah, as they say, time flies. That's right. The hard part sometimes is neurologists are in short supply, but don't let them bully you. Yeah, I agree. It's just rude. Like, if you're sitting there screaming, evidently you're in pain. So let's take you off the pain meds that are working and put you on something else. After you've already been through that, they took you off that, and then it got 10 times worse and whatnot. I guess, like, in a way, they're trying to see if it is in your head. That being a neurologist that's doing that. So yeah. Well, and evidently it's not. You've been there for 3 weeks. If they thought for one moment it was all in your head, they would have sent you home already. But I'd ask for a different doctor. Most definitely. All right. As you can see, that is our last sprint, but we'll be back on Dusty Book Sniffers tomorrow at 9 a.m. and Coda and Neva will be joining. And yeah, so it should be a fun day indeed. Lots of reading getting done. All the things will be happening as per usual. And then I'll be back again on Saturday on Dusty Book Sniffers for Neva's 24-hour sprints. It's all happening. All happening. You will find me somewhere on the interwebs and all the things. But right now, I'm going to bid you farewell. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the things, share with your friends and all the things that happen with that. And, of course, I keep crafting, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.